someone tell me, what were we just focusing on? What skills were we just focusing on in that practice? What did we want to do? Pardon? Good, fantastic. Looking at where you're driving. Change of direction. Good. Turn in what? What did I want you to do? Turn. Yeah, turn your hips fully, okay? So we were looking at mainly turning our hips fully to look through our attacking space, okay? So now we've got a defender in our group, we've got a feeder. I want us to work through the court. So guys, you've got half the court. This is your space, okay? Your aim as attackers, so the non-bibs, your aim as attackers is to get the ball into the back space, okay? So you've got to receive one ball over the line, so over this blue line, the third line, and then your second ball has to be near the baseline, okay? It might take you 2 passes if you're really good at it. It might take you 10 passes to do that, okay? But you've got to receive one ball over the line, and then to finish the practice, you've got to get a ball on the baseline, or close to. There's a wall there, so just be careful, okay? As a defender, you can do whatever you want to do. You can go man on man. You can go 1v1. You can stay in the back space. You can stay in the front space. You can switch. It's going to be hard because there's only one of you, okay? What do you think the job of our feeder could be to help us to get the ball in the back space? Go on. To reset. Good, fantastic. So if I've driven out for a ball and I look forward and there's no one there, I could reset. Do we think I want my feeder to stay behind me? Is that going to be helpful? Where could maybe the feeder run? Remember, they're not allowed to play forwards. Where could the feeder run to help me out? Beside me, wide, okay? So what I want us to think about now is our feeder being an active role, and you're going to be wide. So if, for example, I receive the ball here, and there's nothing in front, where would be wide? Good, so you're going to drive wide, and then hopefully something will open up, okay? Let's reset again. If I receive the ball this side, where would wide be? There. Does that make sense? Yeah? As a feeder, you're not allowed beyond this blue line. You're like a reset player. So we're looking at the attackers. You've got to receive one ball in the centre third, one ball by the baseline, okay? The feeder, I want you to be an active wide option on the reset. Defender, you're just going to cause as much carnage as you can, and we're only using half the court. You got it? Right, ready? Let's go. Good, turn fully, let down the court. Good, where's our next option? Unlucky, ball placement, that was good. That was a good wide option to allow the front. Let's go one more time. So let's think about that attacking movement. If we don't get the ball, what are we doing? Let's play. Good, go over the line, turn fully. Ooh, turn fully, we've got to get to the baseline. Good job, well done. I think you could have done that in 2 less passes. Did we notice that on that first ball we didn't turn fully? We looked straight at our feeder. What do you think is the problem with doing that in a game? Go on. Yeah, exactly. My one golden rule is that when we receive the ball, we always look at our shooter. Okay, I don't care if you're a goalkeeper and you're not allowed to throw that far in the rules. You always look at your shooter. Look down the court, because then we can give that first option. You could have saved yourselves a lot of running if we turned fully. Does it make sense what we're doing? I want you to do it 5 times successfully, so get into the base before we switch around, okay? Attackers, you might want to think about starting close together, starting split, seeing how we can stagger our start. Let's go. Did you pass it? Because it was over, so what was your other option? Yeah, so we had nice wide, where were you running, over into that corner? Yeah, so they were running over there, go over there. You could have, where did you have the ball? Here. So instead of forcing that, what would wide look like? Have a wide option, and then that's now giving you the space to just drive straight down there, okay? Why did I say it was so important to go wide and not here? Good, fantastic. If you were here, she's got less space to run on that straight, whereas the wider you are, this width option takes her away from where the defender is. Does that make sense? That's a really important role as a feeder. I liked where you were over here, weren't you? Whereas while you were waiting, you stood behind your defender. The reason you got it is because you're taller, okay? Whereas if you had me in front of you, I would have intercepted that. So what could you do on your defender to keep that space free? Yeah, or you can just stand here. Don't let it get around you, screen it, try and get around me. Okay, screen it, and then that ball's free the whole time. Does that make sense? So use your body to box it out. Good job, unlucky. Right, let's go. Good, okay, right, let's reset it. Darcy, tell me, when you received this ball here, what were you thinking as an attacker? Sir? Was there anyone there? No, so this is your job as an attacker, okay? So you both drove for this first ball, that's great. You didn't get it. What's your next job? What do you need to do? Yeah, but where? Yeah, get some depth. Because when Darcy turned, there was no one on, which then meant that she used the width. Rosalie, when you come through, just come really wide, stay where you are. So she used the width. What can we see about our attackers at the moment though? Stay where you are. What can we see about where our attackers are at the moment? All together in one space, which means what? Who else is here? Our defenders here. So actually, it's a 1v3 at the moment, but you've made our defender's job quite easy because you're all in one space. However, Darcy, take the ball back. Rosalie, stay where you are. If you've driven nice and wide, nice and deep, hold it. You're a nightmare, you are. Right, get them all back. If you've driven deep and the defender went with you, defender go with you. Now, what space have we opened up? Yeah, so we can drive and then you can take on that long ball. And that's all because you did your second lead move. You guys are trying to get me. That's all because you did your second lead. Remember it before when we were looking at 2 leads to ball? Yeah? So it's important, if you don't get the ball, get the depth, and then something else will play out. Okay? Let's go again, let's see what we've got. Okay, so get the depth. What else is playing out? Take it on, one of you. Yeah, good decision to go across. Good, fantastic. So when we don't get the first ball, we then want to get the depth. So if I've driven out and I've not got the first ball, I want to get my bum all the way to the back line, because then that's going to allow more space to drive. Okay, so let's have a look at that as a principle. Good, all the way to depth. Good, nice, good job. Now that was quite a big ball to give. What was your other option? Pass wide, and then you had loads of space to drive into too. Okay, so don't be rushing it. Really think about keeping the ball safe. Well done, girls, that was better.
If you love the video, please make sure you subscribe, give us a like and hit the notification bell. Head over to our website to find out more about how you can train with Net.